My dear friends in Russia and in Ukraine, it is time to stop the horrible war in Ukraine. Russia must stop its attack on Ukraine. Soldiers must take position, lay down their arms. We can solve the issues that we have with peaceful means. There's no need for further killing. In other places on earth, United Nations blue helmets have come in and stabilized the situation. They may have to come into Donetsk, Lugansk and Crimea and control these areas until a negotiated settlement is reached. We have in Germany the history of the Saarland, which wanted to join Germany after World War II. We negotiated the terms of a referendum. We negotiated the price to be paid if the majority wanted to join Germany. And in 1957, Saarland joined Germany. We have no problem in Europe, no party of any size and significance, be it conservative, socialist, liberal, green party like my party, with a demilitarized or denazification of Europe. These are our goals. We owe the European wealth and history to the Soviet soldiers that freed Europe from fascist German troops. And we agree that we should have a demilitarized zone where everybody is free to choose the language with which to go to school, to do official applications in their official business. All of that, I believe, is possible. There's no reason for the war to go on. There are many families I've seen from Ukraine who speak only Russian and are quite happy to be living in Ukraine. There's no threat to their existence. That is a myth of the Russian propaganda. The myth of the Western propaganda is that all the Russians are behind this war and behind Putin. I've just been to Russia and I can assure you, not on a plane, not on a train, not in a subway, not in a taxi, not on a football match. In 5 different cities, I have not met one person who was in favor of this war. It is time to lay down the weapons. I know how difficult it is in Russia to stand up and say what you think. You end up with 15 years in prison. And I'm very proud of those who do, and I understand those that flee the country. I believe we in the West, who are free to speak and free to act, have the responsibility to now act decisively. What is going on is that in spite of 5,000 or 7,000 sanctions, at the moment, the Russian budget revenues are in fact 15% higher than last year. The oil and gas revenues have almost doubled. So it is our consumption of oil, gas and coal which is funding every day Putin's war in Ukraine. The EU alone is wiring almost €1 billion every day to Putin to fund this war. We alone in Germany aren't strong enough. We need the EU to join us. We need the UK, the Canadians and the Americans to join us. We all must do what should have been done in 1991 to tax CO2 at the full cost to society, which according to Germany's environmental agency is €700 a ton. And at the same time take this money and redistribute it per capita, so every G7 citizen, every EU citizen receives €400 a month, with which they can pay for the additional tax should they choose to consume as they did in the past. Should they choose to consume less or they have a lower consumption level, they will save cash and have money left at home to pay in these difficult times. If someone wants to drive a SUV or fly a private jet, they can, but they pay extra. This climate tax and dividend is what's needed to reverse climate change, and it's needed to reduce the budget revenues of Vladimir Putin. So far, they are 15% higher after all these sanctions. So we have to act. We have to act decisively, quickly, and put an end to this war, not just for all the people who are dying daily and the families involved, but also because of the high energy prices causing poverty around the world, starvation around the world. We must act. There are solutions. We've seen it with the Saarland that joined Germany 12 years after World War II. We've seen it with other places, and blue helmets bring peace. It's time for peace. Let's do it. Thank you.